If you listened to last week's episode, you got to hear all about your grandpa's life in music, and today it is my turn. And if you want to know more about the background and why we're doing this and why it's witchy and all that stuff, go listen to that one if you haven't already. What the fuck are you doing? Go in order. Also, I'm gonna jump into it. So I have a hard time with stuff like this.
I could tell.
My playlist is 92 songs, so we'll have both of our playlists linked down below.
Can I just say, when I played the first song, I immediately was like, grabbed my body and then pulled physically back through time.
Yes, yeah. This was okay. Let me back up. So I did similarly to Kim. I kind of put these in order of places I was in my life chronologically. There is some overlap, though. There are some songs that I didn't really appreciate till later in life, and some other things. Plus, it didn't help that I named my categories for me. And I forgot that like you were going to be looking at them, so I named them like music before memory. And what I mean by that is like the early childhood stuff. And I only have 2 songs, but I could not think of any other album except Watermark by Enya. I believe that's the name of the entire album.
And I was trying to figure out, this is when I got real confused, because I was like, where are we in time?
So with this one specifically, I believe this album came out in 1988, which was the year I was born, which is serendipitous. Is that
That's
true?
so crazy.
Is that true? Watermark Enya. When did this come out? Yeah, September of 1988. And
that's so strange because that's when I joined the army.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I'm still old, dude. Look, if you're born in the 1900s, we're all in the same boat, okay? So in thinking of my life in music, I could not put any other things but this album, because this is, you know how they say you don't really form memories until you're 5? Well, I call bullshit, because I remember so strongly being in the apartment that my parents lived in, and I guess I lived in too because I was alive at this point. But my dad was working on his little artist's drawing table, and he had this album going, and I just remember it's such a weaved in part of my childhood. Enya has always been a part of my childhood, and I'm very thankful, the more I go through this, that I have parents with very eclectic, I believe, music taste, because it shows in some areas, I think, but then you get to me, a person who really likes repetition and familiarity, and then when I get to my adult life, I have a lot of the same shit going on. But so in the music that I listened to before I listened to music by my own choice, I have Enya Watermark, the whole album, but also specifically Enya On Your Shore. I remember hearing, and I'm transported back, standing in that hallway, just like watching my dad on his big artist table, just being like, oh. So there's that. And then I have childhood. So a little bit later on. This is where we get into my mom's influence. My mom had...
I was wondering about that. I was like, where is this coming from?
My mom had the Diva album, Annie Lennox's Diva album, which, by the way, I'm going to throw that album in like my top 10 favorites of all time. I love the Diva album. It's so good. I don't think Annie Lennox gets enough recognition.
No, she does not.
In her own right, as a diva, if you will, a musical. The first one is, of course, Walking on Broken Glass by Annie Lennox. Wait, what you think about that, baby?
That, okay, so it really brings me back to Dangerous Liaisons, because John Malkovich and all the clothing and the situation, it was very Dangerous Liaisons, which was huge in my life because I was dating a guy who worked at the movie theater. And so I would spend days at the movie theater, and this was in the theater, and I fell in love with it. This is one of the first DVDs I bought.
In the theater?
Countless. However many times it played in like a 3-week period.
Just constantly in there.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and I knew this because I saw this growing up, but I relearned today in this music video. We have one John Malkovich and also Hugh Laurie.
Yes, and I forgot about that too.
And it's so funny because the music video is like she's pining after John Malkovich, and then like Hugh Laurie's like trying to like kiss her and stuff, and she's like, ugh, like pushing him off of her and stuff.
And his little beauty patch is killing me.
From the same album, there's a song called Legend in My Living Room that just the opening few notes of that song did something to me. And I remember listening to this album in the back of my parents' car. We're in Louisville, Texas. We're going on an overpass. And in one of the songs, I forget, I think it's Cold. There's a song called Cold. She has a line that says, dying is easy. It's living that scares me to death. And I remember hearing that song as a kid and being like, that's a different way to think about it. I'm scared. And I didn't even know about my brain at that point. But then we fast forward a couple of years into like a more true childhood. We're talking 7-ish. And I had to do it to you. Spice Girls Wannabe. I'm sorry. It's there. It was such a big part.
Can I just say,
yes,
Annie Lennox was one of my awakening people.
Was it like, the Eurythmics with the short orange hair and the suit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And her voice.
That'll do it.
Because
I'll do it every time.
Brother, if you got some pipes, I'm probably going to fall in love with you. And she is just gorgeous.
Statuesque. Not fair.
Beautiful.
Not fair to be that pretty and that talented. Are you kidding me? And then you go on to do a song for Lord of the Rings. Fuck you, Annie Lennox.
She's so good. Yeah, this was actually the first Spice Girls video I've ever seen. It's very boy band coded.
Yeah, well,
which I didn't expect.
You know, and you
I
grow
didn't
up
know.
and you.
I never listened to them.
Well, they were everywhere. You could not. I feel like, and this was the first piece of music that I actually had physically that I chose myself, and I stole it.
That's even funnier than mine.
Coincides with the first time I ever stole something. I will say it was an accident. We were at Walmart, and I remember I saw the tape, the actual tape of it, not even CDs yet, mind you. I saw the tape, and I was like, asked my parents if I could get it, and they were like, oh, okay, that's your thing. You know, you get the thing. And my dad's got a soft spot for music, so like I feel like he was just like, she's interested in music, yeah, get it. You know, no matter what it was. And I was carrying it, and I just kind of absentmindedly put it in my hoodie pocket. And then on the way home, I reached in, and I felt it and just froze.
And your
heart
I had
stopped. Yeah, just like, yeah. And I don't think I even said anything to my parents. I think I just held it up in the back seat, like, and their reactions to this was one of those moments that you're so scared for something, and then it turns out to be a total nothing burger. Because Mom was like, well, we're not going to turn around. We're not going back.
It's too far.
And Dad was like, hey, you know, I got stealing a couple times when I was a kid. And I think they knew that it was an accident, and I was truly terrified, and I didn't mean to do it. But that is the first thing I ever stole.
So you've been caught stealing once when you were 5?
Yes.
Jane's Addiction, another one.
I've been caught stealing more than that, but that wasn't until later.
That is, I can't believe it was Spice Girls.
Yeah, it was Spice Girls, which I remember playing on my little boombox in my room. And there was a movie that was also big around the same time called Now and Then. Did you ever see Now and Then?
Maybe.
I don't know if it's even a good movie. I just remembered I loved it as a kid, and I had friends who also loved it, so we would watch it together. And there was one character by name of I think it was Christina Ricci that played this character, and she was like the tomboy. Who was it? Yeah, it was the character that was the tomboy, and she was starting to grow boobies because it's like a coming of age movie, right? And she didn't like that, and
Rosie O'Donnell's in it.
Yes, she plays the grown-up Christina Ricci. Ricci. So it's one of those back in time, forward in time, back in time, forward in time. And there's a scene where she tapes her boobs with duct tape down so she can be flatter. And I remember playing this tape in my room while me and my friends taped her, I don't even think existent boobs down because we wanted to be like the movie. But there you go. That's one of those things. My next story from the childhood song.
Can I just say that video was really strange?
Which one?
And the fact that Baby Spice, they walked up and then there were these two dudes under a blanket who I'm assuming were unhoused people. And she's like ruffling their hair and then she steals their hat. That's fucked up, bro. And then they run into their biggest extravaganza with the people who rolled up in a limo, but they stole the homeless dude's hat.
Of course. That's, yeah. Baby Spice in their entirety is problematic.
Yeah.
That's the
I thought
weirdest
about that the whole time. I remember you saying Baby Spice.
Baby Spice freaks me out, dude. As a kid, not so much, but now I'm like, you're fully a grown-ass adult. Anyway, there was a song by Mariah Carey that made it, I believe, to the top 40 called You'll Always Be My Baby. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Always be my baby, and we'll linger on. And some of the lyrics are, now, do-ba-do-ba-do-ba-dow. She says, ain't no way you're ever gonna shake me. You'll always be my baby. It is itself also a little creepy. I had a crush on a boy named John. And one time I took the home phone and I wanted to call the radio because I was making a mixtape. Like we talked about how you had to sit by the radio and wait for the song to come on so you could hit record. I took the phone into the closet of my room and I hid away and I called 106.1 Kiss FM. And I do not know how this happened, but I called and I was, very obviously a child. And I want to dedicate You'll Always Be My Baby to John last name in my, whatever grade class. I wonder how he's doing. Anyway, I wonder if he's still alive. And then when I came back out of the closet to put the phone back on the hook, my parents were standing in the kitchen with shit-eating grins on their faces. And one of them, I forget who, was like, who's John? And to this day, I don't know if they heard me or if I was on the actual radio, because like sometimes you would get put through, or if they like picked up the other line picked up the other phone line in the house or something. I don't know how, but I don't know if I have to this date ever been more humiliated in my life. I was so upset.
Oh, man.
Now we move into the teen years. This is when I begin to find my own taste. So I didn't actually put a lot of, variety here, because to me, if you sum up my teen years and my finding of my own music, it can be boiled down to the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah. That.
I have 4 here. So the first one I have is Cherub Rock, because that was the first one that I heard that was off the radio that made me go, oh, wow. Then there's Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, which is also a whole album, but it's this really beautiful piano piece. And I remember I was listening to that song already emotional because it's so pretty. And my dad stuck his head in my room and told me that my cat died.
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
That's insane. That's insane. You don't just stick your head in there and mention it and then go. You sit down and you're like, honey, I have something to tell you. It's not just like, by the way, Fuzzy's dead. Okay, I'm going to go get dinner.
It was my favorite cat. We had two. We had the bitch and we had the good one. And it was so good.
No.
Anyway, and I think the reason it was so short is because I remember him like trying to feel it out. Like, do we need to like sit? And of course, I was like at the age where I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, whatever, I'm fine.
Aww.
And then as soon as he like leaves, I'm like listening to Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, shedding a tear. So I cannot hear that song without thinking of that time and of that cat, which is fine for me. It's great. That album was also one that had 2 discs. And the second disc starts off with a song called Where Boys Fear to Tread. And just the opening guitar riff sets me so on edge because like the first part of the album, the first disc, they're all kind of like happy poppy songs, whatever, right? And then you get in the second part, it's like, oh, this is when it goes down. And then I put a little I guess this is sort of an honorable mention within itself. Their song Farewell and Goodnight will make me emotional to this day because that song just sounds like the end of childhood to me. And at that part of my life, I was like, all right, I guess this is over. We're done. We're going to be a grown-up, which leads me to my next section called The Hard Years.
Yeah. I almost put one of these songs on mine, too.
Which one? I know it. Yep. I was going to say, but I know which one. So this is where we kind of get out of sync a little bit chronologically because I was broadening my horizons with music. I was also going through a depressive period in my life before I knew what that was and how to deal with it. I had the burgeoning symptoms of what would later go on to be diagnosed as obsessive compulsive disorder. There was a lot going on in my brain chemistry that I didn't understand, and it came out in sad, angry music.
Yeah.
So this is going to encapsulate the hard teenage years, like the just being different from everybody else in school. My first really big bad breakup that really I feel like fucked you up in that way that only a 19-year-old can be fucked up about a boy, you know. And then also in some ways hard parts of like my divorce, you know, a few years back. So yes, it jumps around a little bit, but we have a song called Alone Down There by Modest Mouse. This is when I discover Modest Mouse. And more than the one that everyone knows from Modest Mouse is Float On, I think. Because they played it so much that I remember hearing it at the time and being like, I fucking hate this band, stop playing this song. And then later being like, I love them so much, they're my top 3. Alone Down There is, you know, how I was feeling, and it's very sad. And this is the section that when I was putting this to, I was like, damn, fuck. So I thought, you know what, fuck it, let's go all the way, and let's add in Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance.
Oh, yeah, and you got to see me enjoy that.
Yes! Can we talk about it?
Yes.
So Kim sends me Marco, and we're going through each other's playlists at this time. And Kim sent me a Marco, and she's like, you know, I've never actually heard this song. I've only heard it, like, you know, people quoting it in, like, the kind of meme ways that it's become.
Oh, no, not that.
Oh.
That's still a secret because we're still going to do it.
No. I'm just saying you hadn't heard that song.
Okay.
But then I guess you thought you ended the Marco, or you started a fresh new Marco that you didn't know it was running.
Yep.
And the camera was pointed at you, and I got to watch you watch basically the entire song for the first time, which, let me tell you, was a joy. Was an absolute joy to me. You know when you love something so much and you're like, I wish I could experience that again. I got a little bit of that moment. It was very nice. I loved it very much.
And I discovered how much my mouth is. I realized how often my mouth is open. And it's a lot.
My mouth always open? And then we have more sad bangers, such as Tracy Chapman's Fast Car.
Oh my God.
Not that country dude who redid it. I don't know his name.
He doesn't matter.
Redid
this is the one.
This is the one. Okay, the Tracy Chapman Fast Car. This is another one that my mom listened to when I was a kid. And I didn't know why I liked it. And I didn't know, like, you don't know why. You get older and you realize, oh, that's a really sad song. But as a kid, you're like, oh, this is a nice little melody. But then you get older and you listen to the words and you're like, fuck.
Yep, that's when I heard it, when it was applicable to my life.
And I can imagine how much that would hit certain just nerves and just be like, oh, fuck. And then we get into just more general sad boy artists like Fiona Apple. You can pick any Fiona Apple song. I picked the song Limp because that's the one I've been listening to fairly recently, but any of them will do.
Wait, talk about the Mountain Goats. Because
yes,
I had never heard of them until we were doing a recording of something. I don't remember what we were recording, but you said you were getting ready to go to a Mountain Goats concert. And so you recommended people go listen to the Mountain Goats.
Right. Yeah. I love them. They are sort of a singer-songwriter type vibe to them. I don't even know how you would classify them. They're just sort of like weird, almost indie type music. John Darnell is the lead singer, and you can make the joke that his voice sounds like a mountain goat, and it does, and I love it because I love singers that sound weird. But
Me too.
All the music is just, I love it. You got a weird characteristic about your face or voice. I love it. He makes great music. He makes great songs. He makes very emotionally deep songs. He makes songs that are fucking stupid also. Like the song called Foreign Object, where the whole song is just saying, I'm going to stab you in the eye with a foreign object. But this one...
I approve of that.
Called Going to Georgia. And I almost don't even want to talk about it. It's one of those that comes on and I'm like, nope, can't do that. Can't go there. Yeah. But it is one of those that there's a specific mood to it. The John Darnell himself has said that he does not do this one in concert anymore because it's was written in a hard time about a hard thing, so. Anyway, we kind of come out of that and we get into the weird shit. We get into the branching out. And this is coinciding at the same time. So we're talking like teens to 20s. But this is the less sad stuff. So this is where I found my my goth music. Believe it or not, that was not a symptom of sadness. That was just like, oh, I like this. Oh, this is like poetry. Yeah. I like bass in my music, So I put the Love Cats. It's a great song. Apparently, the main lead singer of that of The Cure, Robert Smith, has said that who, by the way, I love you. I know you're listening right now.
Same.
And I just love you. Okay. I love how much you hate the Smiths. I love how much you hate Morrissey. It's so fucking funny. He hates Morrissey so fucking much. And Morrissey's like a really outspoken, and this is not because of veganism. He's not saying this about veganism, but Morrissey is a really like outspoken vegan, which is like chill or whatever, but he's also a huge asshole. So Robert Smith was like, for every steak he doesn't eat, I'm going to eat two just to spite him. Anyway, Love Cats is a fun song. Apparently he wrote it, filmed the music video, and performed, like, recorded it drunk because he just thought it was such a joke of a song, and I was like, that's awesome. Then next I have, contrary to what I just said, I have the Smiths, which is one of those bands that we talked about on your episode, where it's like you go on to learn things and you're like, oh, I can't really enjoy it, but it was formative for me. There Is a Light That Never Goes Out is it's the song I wanted to be buried to,
that's another playlist we need to make. Songs to play at my death.
Songs to play at my funeral.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That'll probably be on there. That'll probably make it on there.
It's gonna be fun.
I also, in my teen years, started experimenting with punk music, because coming out of like having a father that really likes he's really into like the rock music scene, and he's into like a lot of the 70s, like he's Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd and all that. Like, so coming from that kind of into this punk era, like after that, and then eventually post-punk, which is fancy word for goth music. You can kind of see the line that I took directly from to some of
Yeah.
my favorite stuff. But check out the song. It's just called DVP. It's by Pup. They are a Canadian punk band. I love it. It's so much fun. The music video is a good time, especially if you like old video games.
It's a really fun video. I actually wrote that in my notes. That's a very fun video.
Fun video. It's fun. It cheers me up. It's a good time. I also have Bad Brains, which is a band from, I believe, the 70s, who did a lot of punk music, did a lot of reggae music, and were very politically active and, in their music and whatnot. But I have Benton, DC, because I like Benton, DC. I like the part that it starts off very like, and then it at some point changes in the song to like a lower like, I can't do it. Go listen to the song. Just like this, I like to switch up things like that. I feel like I'm going very fast. I'm not going to forget. I can never forget Deep Forest. So, going back to my dad has eclectic taste, and that's rubbed off on me. Deep Forest is a world band, a French world band that it's hard to pick one. I think it's a self-titled album. I think it's Deep Forest, like number 1. Basically, it's hard to pick one song from that, but there is a song called Sweet Lullaby that is going to be with me for forever. It's such a sweet song. It is not in English. I don't know what it is. I think it is actually, I think it's a Somalian lullaby.
I don't know. I just know it was on the Pure Mood CD. That's why I know it.
I didn't know. Yay! Okay, good. Sweet Lullaby is good. You catch me in the right mood, it'll bring a tear. I just think, and not even in a sad way. I just think it's a really, really pretty, beautiful song. Mm-hmm. Music video, very dated. But what are you gonna do? Okay. Into the finding magic part. This is where I was going. I think I might be a witch. Oh, also I'm a witch. Oh, also I now have a podcast about witchcraft. And, also, witchy music exists, which I sort of knew from the Dead Can Dance. My dad is a huge Dead Can Dance fan.
That's cool.
So I've heard he loves it. He even like before they were kind of what they are now, they were like sort of like a post-punk gothy band. So if you listen to like the really old stuff, it's like a lot different. But I don't know how to pronounce this. Yalunga. I think it's called Spirit Dance also. I love it. I love all the chicka 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 and all those sounds they put in the background that's like whooping and like eagles and shit like that. If you ever want to just stare at a fire and listen to a song,
yes,
put on
They're
Spirit
good
Dance.
For that.
But then I branched out into things like I have here Forndom. I don't know how to say that. Forndom and Danza. But you could add a ton of stuff. What's that one band that Macy talked about? Wardruna. Yeah, there's Wardruna. There's anything with a Dan.
Oh my God! You don't know who I didn't have? Aurora.
Oh. Doesn't it suck to remember things? And you're like, how could I forget?
Yes.
How could I forget this?
Anyway.
It makes me feel almost like I'm disrespecting them.
Yes.
I'm
going to hurt their feelings.
Exactly. I know you're listening. You're such a big part of my life. Yeah. But I started listening to music in more ritual sense. And I still do. When I need to get into the vibe, I'll put on something like this. And thankfully, we do have a big list of like the collaborative wbah playlist, which I don't know if it lets people add stuff to anymore. I think it like stops after a certain amount of time. So if you've tried, I'm sorry. But we have a lot of people who have added a lot of music like that. Very drum heavy, very kind of ritual sounding, So of course I'm drawn to like the Viking shit, which also I didn't even go into like my metal phase and like like watching that Adult Swim show Metalocalypse about a metal band actually got me into metal music.
That's cool.
Dude, it was so funny at the time. It's one of those that I don't know if you could watch in retrospect and it mean the same thing, but at the time it was a show about a metal band. It was this comedy it was funny. But they also, the person who made it also voiced and produced albums as this band. And the band is called Death Clock. I love it. Dude, Death Clock. I was like, I like this. Hold on, wait, there's real music like this. And then branched out and started, so I didn't even go there because I don't want to, force that on people. But speaking of forcing music genres on you, I do have a whole section where I want to talk about embracing where you come from. You don't have to. You can completely not ever do that if you want to. But growing up in Texas in the 90s, there were some heavy hitters in the country music scene that I was very, very familiar with. We're talking Brooks and Dunn. You got your Shania Twain.
Garth.
And fucking Garth, dude.
Thunder Rolls, dude.
I was going to say, how did I not put Rodeo? Are you kidding me? Dude, I recently got the chance to buy a Garth Brooks CD at a thrift store, and I did. So, okay. And going through the timeline of sort of being a kid and country music being ubiquitous here, and I remember my mom calling into the radio again. That was just a thing you would do back then. She called in and she got on the radio and she was like, "It's just me and my daughter here today, and we want to hear I wish for everything I could remember the song. It was some country song. Achy Breaky Heart. It was Achy Breaky Heart or it was Boot Scootin' Boogie. It was one of the silly ones. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And then getting older and wanting to be as far away from country music as I possibly could, which I do not fault anybody for. Because there are unfortunately strings that can't be untangled there. So I'm kind of walking you through my reclamation of it, songs that I still enjoy, and then kind of how that affects me today. So first of all, Randy Travis, Forever and Ever, Amen, is such a pretty song, especially if you love somebody.
His voice, though. Okay, here's his voice is...
I thought you were going to imitate it for a second.
No. Chocolate milk chocolate color, and it feels like rabbit fur.
Oh, very. That is, yes, I see that. It's a very deep. No, I won't say very deep. It's not like super uber.
It's not like Clint Black, but it is good.
But it is deep and it's very country, and I'm gonna love you forever. Don't judge it based on that. And then let's see what else from that era. Oh, Brooks and Dunn, Ain't Nothing About You, which is also, I think, a sweet song. Sue Me. I loved Brooks and Dunn growing
Me too.
up. They were my fucking favorite.
His voice is so good.
Oh my God. And then, so Macy also liked Brooks and Dunn. And then, because me and her older brother are assholes and also the same age, and so of course you have to pick on the younger one.
Yeah.
We broke the news to her. And I think Rustin did initially, but I think I definitely threw gas on that fire. That they hated each other, and that was heartbreaking.
You broke that news to me recently.
Oh yeah, they big hated each other. I don't know if because I think they've come back together to do shows and stuff. I don't know if they've figured it out. I don't care. Stay in the 90s, Brooks and Dunn. I don't give a shit. But then I had this big separation from country music, and then you can talk about the difference between country music, folk music, and
country
then, like,
western,
the top 40 country, and then comparing it to like the top 40s. Got a little boom in my big truck, Luke Bryan of it all. But I like, I guess at this point, what you might call older country. I hate to be this Willie Nelson,
Merle Haggard,
like a Willie, Merle fucking Haggard, my guy.
Yeah. And Patsy Cline,
and super old country music like Patsy Cline. My granny would sing "Crazy" by Patsy Cline. Crazy, and she has a couple times in my life sung that, and when she does, everyone just crowds around because it's like, hold on, Granny's talking. Yeah. And she did it at her 80th birthday party a few years back. Yeah, we had a karaoke machine, and she went and did Crazy. And I remember I was out on the porch talking, to Mom and some of the family, and we heard the song start, and we all just like ran inside.
I love that.
It's so nice. And I nabbed a Patsy Cline record off of her.
Oh.
So I've got that in my storage for when my record player's not broken. Anyway, that leads me into rediscovering country music.
Wait. Okay, rediscovering. Yeah. But I want to talk about Randy Travis's song for a second. When you're done with your
Forever.
section.
Oh, okay. So if y'all know me, y'all know I like video games. And there is a certain video game called oops. Sorry, I had something on my hand. Called Fallout New Vegas. And some of the songs that you listen to are songs
I wondered how this song got on there.
Rewired me into being like, wait, I hate country music, but I like this song. And wait, there's tons of other country songs I like. But we're going to start off with Patsy Cline, Walking After Midnight, Marty Robbins, Big Iron, which is from the town of something, something. I don't remember the words. Big iron on his hip. So that kind of got me back into it. And that leads to the modern day of country, this kind of rebirth of country with people like Tyler Childers and, what's his name? Sturgill Simpson, and even Orville Peck. Orville Peck, Take You Back was the first Orville Peck song I ever heard. Macy sent it to me, and it's fun and kind of campy. And Shake the Frost by Tyler Childers is one of the most lyrically, poetically beautiful songs.
It's gorgeous. I've never heard of him or heard that song, and that
so
took me back
pretty.
Home, bro. That's the sort of music that I would hear growing up.
And that's the thing, is it pays such respect to, I think, what the roots of country music are, and it's not this like bootlicking fucking top 40s country that we have now. Country came out of people who,
were having hard lives.
And didn't love the law so much.
Yeah.
And the lyrics, you remind me of a Sunday back home in old Kentucky where the church choirs just melt into the pines. Are you kidding me? Anyway.
And the cover art for that particular song is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something like running through a field, right?
It's like the outline, the silhouette of a dog, I think.
Yeah.
And then it's
red.
a skeleton inside. It's really cool.
So I'm almost wrapping up here. I feel like I've done nothing but vomit at you because I'm nervous, okay?
Okay, but let me tell you about
the
dumb thing.
You talk to me, please, God, because I'm doing that thing where you get nervous and you just start
because I remembered I was doing it too, to you.
I don't think so. I think I
was.
Oh.
So the Randy Travis song brings me back to my creepy first husband because he could not come up with his own ideas or lyrics or words. And he would quote things to me in arguments or in a card.
That's so cringe.
Or like the car, like there's a fucking... He sent me flowers and he sent me lyrics from this song. But my favorite example of this stupid shit is it was after we had split up. And you know that scene in That Thing You Do with Liv Tyler where she's breaking up with Jimmy? And she says, "Shame on me for kissing you with my eyes so tight." He said that to me. Are you serious?
I have no words. Brother. This is extremely reminiscent of the guy who told Macy, "Can I keep you like Casper?"
Yes.
I can't.
Yes.
Oh.
I can't either. That's exactly it.
I don't have a problem. Here's the thing. If someone says, "Hey, there's this song I like and there's this lyric that makes me feel this, or it reminds me," that's one
the whole
thing.
point of mixtapes.
but to just take it
and act like it's yours and mean that.
Oh God, that hurts.
Are you
me.
serious?
That's so fucking funny, dude. I'm sorry. You've just cemented me saying things to you. In quotes. And just hoping you catch it. Oh God. Okay. Oofta. I put here a little section. I guess this was kind of like the honorable mention section. I couldn't find an exact place to stick them, but they are songs that are always around. They speak to me. It's more than I like this. It was important to me in some way, and whether or not I don't want to get into it, or I don't even remember why, here they are. Underneath the Stars by The Cure is probably my favorite song ever. Maybe tied with one ever. It's so pretty. I don't know why all my favorite songs are love songs. I'm just a gushy romantic person, I guess. Fuck you. But it talks about, witnessing the stars and how they've burned for 13 billion years, or it took 13 billion years for that light to reach you just for that one moment where you're, it's just a fucking beautiful song. Lullaby by The Cure. Shut up.
So good.
Dude, okay, back in the early 2000s, there was a phone company that I don't even remember, but they had their commercial, their whole shtick was they were a family. So it was a family plan, but it was a weird family. The dad was like a hamster in a ball, and the I can't even remember the other weird, there was just, everyone was like a weird character, and the son, when they introduced the son, he was like this really trad goth, when you think of like your stereotypical goth with the makeup and the spiky hair and all of that. And he came out of his room, and there was a commercial where he comes out of the room, and the song that they're playing in the background is very obviously we didn't want to pay for the real life version of Lullaby, but it was Lullaby by The Cure. And I remember liking this song so much, and then seeing that commercial, I think it was in a commercials from the 2000s, YouTube channel that I just put on or whatever. And I saw that, I was like, that's fucking Lullaby by The Cure. If you're going to do a fake goth in a commercial where you're basically trying to be the most gothy goth, and then you use that song.
You did it.
Yeah. And so that's all I can think about. I'm like, oh, God damn it. Fucking stereotype. Voxtrot, the band Voxtrot is fucking great. They are a band out of Austin, Texas, but they sound like they're British, which is just great for me. The song The Start of Something is very beautiful. If you like songs that go through about 15 different transitions of how they sound through it, try about Voxtrot. Cherry Colored Funk by the I'm So Sorry. How do you say this? One more time?
Twins.
Thank you.
It's
not Costiao.
Cock and toe.
I hate that. I hated all of it. Dark Entries by Bauhaus. I love fucking Bauhaus. I'm moving on. I can't handle it. And another punk song for you if you're into it. There is a song called She's Attracted To by the Young Knives, which was
really fun. I like that song a lot.
It's fun and poppy, and just the guy has a really over the top accent that's just
wow, it reminds me of Zig Zig Sputnik.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And I close with Who I Am Today. And what I did is I just grabbed a couple of my the playlist it makes for you where it you're most listened to as of right now. So as of right now, what I am listening to is Four Winds by Bright Eyes, which is beautiful. It starts with this fucking honky tonk ass violin. You can't even call it violin at that point. It's fucking fiddle. Real Big Fish, which I have to tell you.
Okay, this is where I asked Charlye, are you okay?
It's yeah, it's so about that. Real Big Fish is a ska band. I am not hella into ska. Please don't be offended. I know people who love it really love it. I had a boyfriend that really loved it, and ever since then I just kind of am like, ugh, I can't, So It's an association thing for me. However, they have a song called Drunk Again. It's just sad. It's just a real bad breakup song, man.
Yeah.
Ugly Casanova, Baby's Clean Conscious is fun. Modest Mouse, Bukowski is fun because this is a song that got me to read Bukowski. There's a song by Slow Funeral called Freak Bitch that I have on loop.
It
was a good song,
love
right?
it. I
She's
love
got
the
this
song. I
haunted,
love the
like,
video.
this melody, the pipes. It's a good.
Yes.
It's good. And then I end it with a song that I think is one of the best ends to any album of all time. The Hazards of Love 4, aka The Drowned, by the Decemberists. It is from an album that is a concept album, meaning the album tells a story. It's the last song, and every single time I listen to this album, when The Drowned gets finished playing, I can't listen to anything else for like 20 minutes. I just have to like...
Yep.
And I thought that was an appropriate place to end this. There we go. Coming in at just almost exactly an hour.
It was so good. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing. I can't wait to have our playlists on.
Can I just say that Love Song by The Cure rips me to pieces every time I hear it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's so sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have a specific person that it's attached to.
Yeah. There's that's another element of music is, I think, and I don't know if everybody's like this, but I assume they are, you attach them so heavily to what's going on in your life, and sometimes that means people. There are songs that I told Kim that if I think it will probably make it into Kim's episode that I did not put on here, even though they are very tied to very personal things that are formative to me. But there's a song that came on when I realized that I was probably going to get a divorce. And when that song comes on, the way I break into a cold sweat and change it as fast as I can.
Yeah, if I want to wallow in sorrow, then I play Love Song.
Yeah. It's like a special type of pain that you want to feel.
Yep.
But if you're like jamming and you're like, oh yeah, that was a great Megan Thee Stallion song, and then it turns to that song, and you're like, yeah,
lunge,
fucking swerve your car off the road, yeah, just make it stop, yeah. Wow, but I was speaking to somebody who I was telling them this concept that I was, putting together this list. I was like, I want to know yours, and they're like, okay, hold on, this is going to take a minute. So they like sent me like some of theirs. So I like this, and I would like you guys, maybe put us together a little,
introduce us to you via playlist,
because it hits so different once you actually start making it. Because again, I will say, at first, it's just like, oh, I'm just going to make some songs that, you're like, oh, this will be kind of, and then you get into it and you're like, I'm a whole person who's had a whole life. But that being said, I feel like I didn't take a breath for the last hour. If you want to be left breathless, check out the print.
Yeah.
We've only got about 1 week left. Time is a ticking, baby.
I have a suggestion.
Yes. Therapy for both of us?
Yes. But also, if you put a marker in here, then we can do 3 episodes because we still haven't done witchcraft yet.
Oh. Join us next week where we get into the magical applications of your playlist and also talk to Kim about their trip to Mystic South.